Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. This week's video, finally, we're going to get to see the Space Marine Mark IV Chaplain Dreadnought from Forge World. He comes in a box like this. Really nice that whole Dreadnought, minus the two weapons, comes in one sort of clamshell pack. Really great. I much prefer this, and because of that mainly, and because of the ease of use, and I do love Dreadnoughts, there's going to be quite a few more Dreadnoughts coming on the channel. Everything from an Anvilus to different types of Condemptors, maybe a couple of Leviathans. So one of these will cost you £30, and then the weapons are £9.50 each. It's going to cost you almost 50 quid for like a Forge World resin Dreadnought. So just bear that in mind if you wanted one. Considering a normal Dreadnought is about 18 quid in plastic, with your discount of course. I think it's 25 or 30 quid just normally. So you get one of these bases, and I'm pleased you get one of these standard bases. What I might do though is I might actually use one of my new Sector Imperialis bases for him, because I sort of wanted to have him with an Inferno Cannon. If I magnetise his arm, that is still going to be a possibility. I might still be able to do that. There's his dinky little feet. There's his legs. Really nice. I love the skulls. I know I don't say that much, but I love the skulls all around it, and the bones. Really well detailed. And then you've got the power plant and the best iron halo you'll ever see in the world. Imagine putting that on a normal Space Marine with the added skulls as well. And there are 7. Lucky number 7. There you go. And this is the sort of sarcophagus itself. Really highly detailed. I can't see any blemishes or any chips or cracks. Still top quality, and this is quite an old model now, I'd say. But I love the wings. I don't know whether I'm going to do them white, bone colour or gold. I'm thinking of gold and having the skull obviously, you know, bone colour, and having these as bone, but we'll see when I make my decision. So that's pretty much how he will fit, like that. He just seems so small compared to sort of the Knights and the Titans that I've sort of been making and things. He just seems so dinky really. But there you go, that's the Dreadnought, and he does come with some rules, and he does come with some instructions, sort of. It's basically just a picture of him finished with arrows pointing to all the different things. Kind of got to understand which bit is which is fine. Let's have a look at the weapons that I ordered for him. So I've got this Power Claw. It's a left close combat arm, it says, but it's the one with these really sharp sort of blades, really menacing looking, and it's got the Stormbolter too. And then we've got the plasma cannon. I just like the look of this sort of square plasma cannon, I really do. Something about it. And there we go. Really nice looking plasma cannon, still beautiful quality and highly detailed, really nice. Again, no blemishes or warping or problems. And then there's the targeter. That is the little Space Marine Mark IV Chaplain Dreadnought. In part 2 I will have created him, built him, and I'll do a bit of a review as well. So join me in part 2.
And welcome to part 2. Here is my Chaplain Venerable Dreadnought Mark IV complete. I'll show you him. I've used a Cityscape Imperial Sector base. I'm going to try and have this whole company in these type of bases if I can. Each base to sort of coincide with that company. So what do you get for your £30? Well, I say £30. The body is £30, but then the weapons are £9.50 each, which is quite a lot, really. All in all, one of these guys will set you about £50. Which is quite expensive considering you can get your normal Venerable Dreadnought in a Start Collecting box set that's all plastic, so a bit easier to work with, for £37 with a discount. A lot less than one of these, and you also get your Space Marines and a Terminator Sergeant. So price wise, again, it's just not worth comparing it. Forge World are always going to be more expensive. I remember getting the Bane Blade that was £150, and then they brought out the plastic one which was £60. so a lot less than half the original price of that tank, and it has more detail. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Let's have a look at this Chaplain Dreadnought. Love the claw, really nice sort of scissor type mechanism thing. In future I might close them up a bit more. You get so much posability with that. With the claw system itself, you can rotate it. The arm, you can tilt it, you can have less elevation, more, and then the shoulder mount itself, you can do what the hell you want with it. You can magnetize it. I've put a magnet there, bit of a waste of a magnet that I've glued it on, but I just saw how massive the gap was there, and I thought, and that was even with the plug, that was almost touching the side armour. So that is the reason why there is a glued magnet there, not because I've failed in magnetising or anything like that. It's just one of those things. And yeah, it does look a bit odd because they do stick out and they're shiny. Once they're painted though, it's all going to be bulk and metal, so it's going to blend in much nicer. And also, yeah, the keen observers of you will notice that there are gaps there. That's going to be green stuffed. Don't worry too much about it. It's got the storm bolter. They only really go one way. Storm bolter on the left side, and then the targeter for the main gun on the right. As people have said, you should get the Inferno Cannon too. I think I will. I've looked in the book, and in the Crusade book, I think you can take an Inferno Cannon that is literally strength 6 AP3, but then in another Forge World book from years and years ago, it's actually strength 6 AP4, and you roll to, you know, any models partially hit, you roll to basically see if they hit or something like that, and you roll to see if it runs out of ammunition, which is a load of rubbish because flame templates automatically hit models that are partially under the template. So I don't think that rule applies anymore to that model, but I am going to be getting the Imperial Armour Volume 2 sort of newer edition, which has the Chaplain Dreadnought in it, I think. So I'll get that and we'll see. But for the meantime, I just played it safe, gone for a plasma cannon. You can't really go wrong. Got the plasma cannon there and a storm bolter. Then you got, what, 3 hull points anyway. He's not going to do much damage. I might, gaming wise, I'm not too fussed about what he's got or his mode of delivery. You know, I don't play games all the time, so for me it's more of a looks sort of thing and a collectability kind of reasons why I go for the loadouts I go for. You know, competitive wise, yeah, it might be better to have an Inferno Cannon with a Dreadnought drop pod, just as a mode of delivery. Slam him in, get him to burn a few units or MEQs, and then let rip with his close combat weapon. And his silly attacks, which they have, don't they? I really love the model. I love the fact that he's got a skull there and he's got some more skulls. I love the fact that he's got bones and skulls and things around his little shins. The weapons aren't particular to the Chaplain Dreadnought. I just thought they looked really cool. He's sort of on one leg a little bit. He's either firing, about to fire, smoking, or he's just walking forward through the battlefield. That attaches very easily onto there. And it's very strong, it's not going to go anywhere, and it doesn't stick out too far. And like I said, when it's all sprayed, you're not really going to notice. So I'm really chuffed with him. Yeah, 50 quid or so, but he's going to be the Chaplain for one of my companies that's sort of Dreadnought themed. So yeah, that's the sort of end of my unboxing and review. I think he's a lovely model. Yeah, he's a bit pricey, and unless you're a collector, there might be other ways to sort of use him. But I think he's a really cool looking model, and he'll just fit that company that I'm building really well. So thanks ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.